So, you're here with 3 movies, right? So it's kind of a
Crazy.
busy tiff for you.
Yeah.
What do you think of something like The Equalizer, like a massive, big budget action movie, as opposed to maybe a smaller, more character-driven indie? What's your approach? How does your approach different?
My approach isn't different. I do the same amount of research. I work just as hard. I kind of do the same thing. I mean, I think that the only difference is you get a bit more amenities. You know what I mean? You get a bit nicer hotel room. That's about the only real difference. True. Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, it's kind of the same thing. I just approach all my roles the same way.
Was your chemistry with Denzel Washington really strong right from the get-go? Because I remember reading that the character was originally written a little bit older, I guess?
Yeah. The character was originally written for like a 23 or 24-year-old. So they weren't even really going to audition me. And so I went in for a meeting with Antoine to kind of just talk to him. Mm-hmm. And then I auditioned for him, and I ended up auditioning with Denzel too. Mm-hmm. And then I booked it, and it was a hard process. You know what I mean? I had to work really, really hard for this role. And when I met Denzel, from then on, he kind of was always so nice to me and so kind and a really personal person and really personable. And he's very paternal too.
Oh, sure.
He's very fatherly with me.
When you're absent from a large chunk of the movie, how do you keep it so that the audience remembers you throughout the rest of the movie? Like, what do you do to kind of make such a lasting impression? Because it's kind of you that drives the entire plot, right? And turns him into the guy that he becomes.
I never try and think about, like, what am I going to do to have the audience kind of remember me and, the audience like me. I think it's more like just do the best you can do, you know what I mean? Because you never know how anything's going to come off. You just try and work your hardest and to really become your character and just to completely fall into your character and not really be able to have people look and go, oh, that's just Chloe doing another role, you know what I mean? I want it to be that it's really me being Alina or Terry, not just Chloe.
A lot of people, I guess, are comparing this role to Jodie Foster in Taxi Driver. I guess that's the kind of classic, although it's a lot different. But when you look at somebody like Jodie Foster, would you say that that's kind of a career that you'd like to emulate? Because it seems like you're doing a really wide variety of roles. And
I think her versatility is something that I definitely admire totally. I think that I really want versatility in my career and my life. And she's a really strong woman. She's incredibly strong, and it's hard to be, a woman in this industry, and I think she's done a brilliant job of it. So, I definitely admire her in a lot of ways.
Just as a straight-up film fan, what's the kind of thing that you would personally be interested in? Like, what kind of movies are you drawn to?
To make or to watch?
Both, I guess.
Well, to make, I mean, honestly, I enjoy all kinds of movies. I enjoy anything that kind of gets me going, gets my artistic juices flowing, and all that type of stuff. So, I'm kind of up to anything to make. And then to watch, I'm kind of the same, you know what I mean? I'm down to watch anything. I don't really like horror movies as much, but kind of my favorite kind of movies are the more classic movies. And I think I enjoy watching classic cinema more than the new stuff, but I love watching new stuff and kind of getting the same amount of inspiration as I would from the other stuff.